Hi everybody, this is Melody, and I am coming to you with another edition of the Bible study. The Bible study with Melody. Yay! So let's begin with a short song. I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today, because you cared for me in such a special way. That's why I praise you. I lift you up and I magnify your name. That's why this heart is filled with praise. That's why this heart is filled with praise. And a little bit of Jim Johnson song. I love your presence. I love your presence. I love you, Jesus. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love your presence. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 yes. Oh, 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 I love, yes I do, yes, yes, yes. I love your presence, yes. I love, I love, I love your presence. I love, yes I do. I love you, Jesus. I love your presence. Yeah, His presence is great, right? For those of us who proclaim the name of Christ and call ourselves Christians, there's just nothing better. There's nothing better. But I do want to get on with the we're already 2 minutes and 47 seconds into my time with you. So the lesson for today is on love. And you see I have used my paper very, very well. I've used it all up. And but I do want to talk about, we're talking about the Church of Corinth. We're in the book of First Corinthians, okay? So there are 4 types of love, and that is the love. Love first means a profound, tender, passionate affection towards another person. It is a love that you have for something. But then to define it even more, there is agape love. Agape love is selfless. It's a selfless type love. It's the kind of love that when people talk about Christ, they are talking about his kind of love. Um, Also, there is Eros. That's where the Victoria's Secrets people and all other lingerie places get their idea of love, because it's erotic love. It's eros. It's romantic love. It's romantic love, sexual. It's a Greek stemmed word, so it has a lot of passion in it. The Greeks were very liberal and open to just experimenting and exploring any and everything, and so to their good and to their demise. But anyway, it's eros. Eros is one of the other loves. So we've got 2, agape and eros. Then we have philia. Philia is the brotherly love. Okay, we know we have a city in our country that is called Philadelphia, and it is called the city of brotherly love, and it comes from the root part of that does come from filial love, and that is brotherly love. And in the book of Corinthians and in all of the letters, Paul always talked about let brotherly love continue. He was very interested in keeping the homes, the people who were expressing that they wanted they wanted Christ in their lives. He was very open about, okay, so now that this is so, let's have brotherly love. Let brotherly love continue. Because when you have brotherly love equal, then that means that whatever my brother needs, I'm there. Whatever my sister needs, I'm there. I have a listening ear. I have a shoulder for them to cry on. If they need money, if they need financial, I said that financial money, but if they need anything, I'm willing to do what I can that's in my power. But more than anything, I'm willing to be there and be that person that when they think there's no one else there, I am there. That is the brotherly love. And then there's storge, Storge, and that's family love. That's like uh, parental love, love that a parent has for a child. I used the example in Bible study yesterday about the mother who lost her son. I can't think of the name, but he's a famous guy, and the mother became very, very famous because her son had gotten this great scholarship, and she got the scholarship, and the son got the scholarship. He went out to party. He had never partied like this before, was introduced to drugs, took too much, and he went into a coma. And when they contacted her, they were telling her about the functioning of his brain and all this kind of stuff, and she was like, take my brain. Take my heart, whatever it's going to take for him to live, then let that be it. Let that be it, So that is storge love, parental love, because a parent will. I'm a parent, and I know, even though my children are grown, if they need me, even no matter what, I'll do what I can. I will do what I can do to make them just be at ease or calm or peaceful or whatever positive thing I can bring into their lives. I'm not there to hinder them or hurt them. You know what I'm saying? So that is storge. That is storge love. So we have these kind of loves, and one thing good about storge or about all of these loves is that at any point at some point in your life, these loves can turn into, if you get close enough to the person, if you spend a lot of time with them, you get familiar, you get friendly. The next thing you know, you're getting married. You want to be married to this person because you have crossed over from just a friendship to an actual love. But then there is the love that this agape love extends into the way Paul loved the church and the way Christ loved his body, his bride, that he was willing to give himself. And all of the apostles, if you read the book of Acts or anything, if you see that, the way those apostles died, they died very, very tragically, but the way of the time, it wasn't like we have executions now. Well, back then they had hanging on a cross. That's what you did. You did something, you go hang on the cross. If you were a thief, you go hang on the cross. So people always sometimes people try to make the death the way Jesus died, something that was unusual. It's unusual to us in our day in the 2000s, but back then that was the way. It was even worse because there was one ruler, I cannot think of his name now, but he would melt the Christians, make them candles even, and hang them and just have their bodies as living, as lighted candles along his path. Can you even imagine such a horrendous thing? In some countries, some countries still practice that kind of horrid death. But the death on the cross was even bad too. It was not anything to glamorize. It was a terrible, terrible thing. So for someone to die for us, I think the thing that makes Jesus' death so interesting was he was human and divine. So he went through the nails in his hands, nails in his feet. Then they stabbed him in the side. Then they put a crown of thorns on his head. Most of the people, when they got ready to put him on the cross, they just put him up there and the birds ate them or whatever. But that didn't happen to our Savior. He did die. He did go the way of the cross, and it was horrific for him and for his mom and everybody that had to see it. It was horrific for God because he darkened the sky. And I thought that I was going to talk about this, but maybe I'm going to do this at another time because I don't want to keep you too long today. I just want you, if you can, read the entire book of 1 Corinthians and just see how they were living and understand, compare it to modern day. A lot of times we see people, they get overwhelmed in church. The anointing, what we call the spirit, the presence of the Lord comes into the church. People get overwhelmed. They're just like, I just want to be a part of whatever this is, and they join. But we don't know where they come from. And that's what Paul was saying in the Corinthians. The Corinthians were used to idol worship. They were used to orgies. They were used to doing it anytime, any place, anywhere in their temples. The temple of Diana, Athena, all these different, the Zeus, all these different temples. They could just go there and get with the prostitutes and just do whatever they wanted to do. There was no holds barred. They could do anything. But then they came in contact with Paul and with some of the apostles, and they were talking about Jesus, and they were like, this is new. Okay, let's be a part of it. Okay, so you be a part of it today. It happens, and then the next day you're like, okay, let's go back over to the temple of Athena. So Paul is now writing them, because they're being like little toddler babies. Paul is like, no. Once you accept Christ, you're new. You're different. What are you doing? Because he's not there. He's writing this letter. He's at Ephesus somewhere, right? And so he's writing this letter like, what are you doing? Why are you going back to the temple? Don't you know who lives inside you? He will help you. He will guide you. Your life is so different. You are so very connected to a body of people that will love you and take care of you and be there for you. And I think that's the main thing that needs to be restored in the church, and why our author decided to talk about love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I want you to love God. This is Paul, stop going over there to that temple and doing them orgies, and some of y'all even sleeping with your stepmama and your stepdaddy. Cut that out, And when you read it, I'm laughing because, the way when you read it, it's just like Paul was having a rough time with his new baby. That baby was a toddler now. That baby's like, I ain't no new boy no more. I'm finna walk. I'm finna tear up everything. What you mean I can't do it? They were pulling back and all this. And Paul was just like, okay, I need you to get it. I need you to understand, And then, because of the prayers, they started speaking in tongues. They started having prophecies. They started having all these great gifts. And they were like, I was with Cephas, and oh yeah, I was with Apollos, and I got saved. And guess what? I came up speaking in tongues. What? Yes, I have a prayer language. I speak so good. Let me just show you. And it's like, excuse me, church is going on. We're trying to hear. Could you not just jump up and start speaking in tongues without an interpreter? So somebody told Paul, so Paul was like, oh my God, I got to address that too. I got to tell these people, you don't do that. There is an order, there is a place, there is a time, okay? All right, so we're going to wrap this up, but I just wanted to just get in the Word. Like I remember the old songs the mothers used to sing, get in the Word and stay there. Stay there till Jesus comes. And I used to think it meant like he was going to crack the sky and everything. But now that I'm older, I've learned it means just stay until you feel his presence. Read his word until you feel him, till you feel that ease of just your worries going one way, and the ease of this word is helping me. This word is comforting me. This word is taking away my worries. Even though I'm facing everything and it seems unsurmountable to me, his word is giving me life, and I'm going to hold on to it. Like Paul says at the end of 1 Corinthians verse 12, he talks about the gift. He says, but I'm going to show you a more excellent way. And then you fall right into 1 Corinthians 13, where he says, if I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am a sounding brass. I'm a tinkling cymbal. It's like it doesn't matter if I'm the greatest of everything you could have ever imagined. If I don't have love inside me, I'm nothing. And that's what I'd like to leave you with today. You gotta have love. It may have been rough in your life, but you gotta have love. Love somebody. Love something. Run to God. Run to Jesus Christ. Run. Don't give in to, I had a bad experience in church and I'm never going back. Don't give in to that. Don't give in to all the preachers are corrupt and they're terrible and I'm just not going to do it anymore and I'm never going to. Don't do that. Find a space inside you and connect with him alone and allow him to just ease himself into your problems and your situation, and allow him to soothe you, and let you know that he is for you, and he is there, and greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. No, I don't know your situation. I don't know your problems. Maybe you are sleeping with your stepfather, and it's a situation you can't get out of. Maybe your older brother does things to you, and you're young, and you don't even understand what's happening, and nobody is there to help you. But I'm asking you, find God. He can help you. And if He can't help you, He did not create this world. And I know that He did. I know that He did. So I know that there's help. I don't care what nobody else says. There's hope. There's hope. But the greatest of these is love. Alright, until the next time, put your hand on yourself. Right here. Right here where your voice box is. Right here where your larynx is. And just say to yourself, I am a blessing. Now, turn this off. Go look in the mirror and say it to yourself. And encourage somebody else. Encourage you first. Then encourage somebody else. Till next time. Bye now.